Hey, good morning. Hope everybody's doing well. And get on with another quick little run through of how to set a few things up. Again, we're going to be playing with the alpha version of Expert Electronics V3 Alpha 0.8.0. Again, this is not a full working version of the Expert Electronics software for their SDR radios. This is an alpha version. It's going to have a few bugs, a few quirks, things that are missing, but just kind of a general overview of how to do a few things with it. And first off, I want to thank Art, N4QN2, who absolutely made my day this morning by sharing a video with me, and I want to give him credit for that. So without further ado, let's get in here and start this Monday the right way.
Well, this is it. I'm finished with FlexRadio. Thousands and thousands of dollars. Red flashing lights after red flashing lights. How many support tickets did I open? I lost count. That's it. Selling it all, moving on. There's got to be, well, look at those flames. That looks like a sun. Look at that sunspot. I think I'll buy a sun.
All right, again, thanks, Art. Really appreciate that. And we'll get on with this video. Again, we're going to be dealing with the alpha release version 3 0.8.0. And today we're going to kind of go through how to set up JTDX. I will be using a new version of JTDX that has not actually been released yet. It should be released soon, so stand by for that. I think if you get on the JTDX forum and request, you might be able to get an early copy of it. Can't say that for sure, but there's probably a good possibility that that could happen for you if you're looking for this version. Again, the version I'm going to be using is 2.2.157. This is a 32-bit audio version, not to be confused with 32 versus 64-bit operating systems. The 32-bit audio version is an experimental version of JTDX, and this version allows receivers that can do a dynamic range of 90 dB or greater, and added ability to do a few more deeper decodes in the audio, and maybe snag a few rare DX contacts for you guys. So this will only apply and work with those versions of mostly the SDR radios. The Suns and the Anons, I know, with 32-bit audio sources. So, and TCI already has 32-bit audio source on it. So the guys with the Suns use TCI for your audio input and output, and you'll be golden there. So again, you get the increased dynamic range with the 32-bit audio version of the experimental JTDX. And you can get these on JTX's website. Let's go over to here, and let me pull that site up for you. So JTDX.tech. Here in the US, you're going to do the /EN for English, though it'll probably come up that way for you anyways. Scroll down on the page underneath, on the right-hand side underneath JTDX downloads. you're going to come down to the section that says experimental JTDX branch with 32-bit audio stream support. So when you click that link, you'll get taken to this page, and you can pick your flavor of whatever OS you need. Keep in mind, though, that currently the only that I know is somewhat working version of V3 is the Windows version. I think that they're working on the Mac version, and the Linux version I think also works, but I'm not sure about the TCI interface in either one of those versions. So I will be sharing this with the Windows version of V3. Again, the version I have is the version after this 156. I am using version 157. And again, if you need that, you could probably join the JTDX group, the forum for them, and probably ask for that. And I'm sure that they would probably send you a link to it. So, all right, with that out of the way, let me close this, and let's open up JTDX. And before we go there, quick note: TCI bottom lower right hand corner of version 3. Again, this is the alpha release. Disable TCI when you first install this. It shouldn't be running anyways by default. Let me move my tuner reminder out of the way here. Disable this, and then you'll be able to right click on it and change this default port. By default, in the other video I showed you that this is defaulted by 50001. Change this to 40001. That is the port that I know so far that I found, like in the older version of SDR2. That was the port number that was used for connecting to third-party apps via TCI. So once you change that, you can click on TCI again and enable it. You may have to restart the software. I think I ended up having to restart mine, but try it first. If it doesn't work, restart the software, and you should be good on that port number there. Once you do that, you can go ahead and start your JTDX. And yep, that's what I get for doing the rig control or the TCI. And I'm going to have to restart this now because I changed it. See, guys, this is what happens. Welcome to the stream. All right, hold on a second here. Let's try this. Let's just see if we restart this, if it'll work. And are we going to connect? There we go. Okay. All right. So, yeah, if you change that port number, probably going to have to restart the software. Just restart it to be on the safe side. It'll probably be the best thing to do. See, everything's not perfect. There are glitches. Things don't work as we plan at times. So, all right. Once we do that, we're going to go through the configuration. Yes, I know this is not the right frequency, but if you look, it is connected to the radio, and the two frequencies match here. So up underneath File, go to Settings, your basic stuff here. Underneath General, you're going to put in your call, your grid square, whatever regions you're using. Again, I'm not going to get into filtering and display and things like that. There's plenty of videos around that show you how to do that stuff. So you can reference those to do whatever you want. One thing I will note is in the new version, the 2.2.157, there is a tab in here now underneath display that you can initiate a dark style, which basically you get a dark, like a black gray kind of background. In JTDX, personally, I don't know. I don't personally care for the color scheme, but hey, you might. So experiment, play. That's what it's all about. Next tab over, you're going to go to radio. And again, thank you, Expert Electronics. for the Transceiver Control Interface. Really, really awesome piece of software to connect a lot of third-party well, not a lot, but a growing number of third-party applications instead of using COM ports and virtual audio ports. So you're going to select in the list TCI Client RX1, and yes, I will get to TCI Client RX2. That is a new thing in the 157 version, the 2.2.157. So first instance we're going to set up TCI Client RX1. So once you do that, you're going to fill in the TCI host name. By default will be blank. You could use localhost in here. You can try the loopback 127.0.0.1. I found that typing in localhost has worked all the time. And then the PTT method we're going to use is cat. And again, don't worry about COM ports or anything else over here. It's all going to connect via the TCI client. The mode, set it to data in packet. This will automatically change your mode in the software to upper digital mode. So you can do the test cat then. It should show up as green. You can do the PTT. Am I on an antenna? Yeah. We got PTT. It relay clicked in the radio. That didn't fail. The next tab over is going to be your audio. You may have to hit refresh here. You are going to want to use TCI audio source. Again, no virtual audio cabling. Everything is done over the Transceiver Control Interface, your rig control, your software for V3, and the audio all done over the Ethernet port. Again, no COM ports, no virtual cabling, no virtual audio ports to deal with. Again, we're not going to go over the sequence. We're not going to go over any of these things. These tabs here, if you don't know how to set these things up, again, look on the internet of how to set up JTDX, and you can find many videos showing how to set these up and preferences and things like that. So, all right. You can check your remember, transmit, and tunes if you want to, whatever you want to do there. One thing to note, TCI audio. You don't have to play around with the audio level settings. It's done automatically. So your transmit audio should be 0 dB, maybe plus or minus a half, minus 0.5, maybe plus 0.5, over the threshold of 0 or under the threshold of 0. It's going to work. It's going to work fine for you. You don't have to mess with any of the leveling issues in there. All done, again, automatically. So after you do that, you can close the box. Let's set this back on 40 meters, and you'll see that, it's already changed. Okay, so there we are. 40 meters, digital upper. Automatically filled those in. And our decodes have started. You will get a lost audio connection in here. That's something that's going to be worked on a little bit more. I've seen maybe one or two of these, depending on stopping and starting things. You're going to get a little break in there. For the most part, it should be hanging around maybe one or less, which, you shouldn't have an issue with. Even at 2 or 3, you're probably not going to have an issue with that at all. So there's our decoding, and we'll let's see. I want to make sure I got my amp in bypass mode here. We'll grab one of these guys and just work him real quick and show you that it does transmit. And then if you watch up here on your, let me change this to mic meter for you. When we go into transmit mode, you'll see that the mic gain will be at 0, or really close to it anyways. So let's, we'll just grab this guy. See if we can work him. There you go. 0 right there. Minus 0.0 dB. So should have a very, very clean signal on transmit. All that's done again over the TCI audio connection. So all that is self-leveled. I didn't really pay attention to how much power I was putting out. Not sure here. We'll see if this guy answers us. No, he's not. So 67% is not 67 watts. Keep in mind, this is a percentage scale, not a power output scale. Let's go back to power meter and we'll see how much we're actually putting out. I think I'm probably somewhere around 40 watts, maybe a little less than that. If it doesn't answer on the, let's just grab another one here. Yeah, we'll try this guy. I got a late start on that. We'll see. So yeah, actually I'm a little less than 40 watts. I don't know, 30, 35 watts, I guess, maybe. We'll see what happens here. Make sure I'm on the right antenna too. There we go. Okay. So obviously I'm on the right antenna, and there you go. That's TCI client transceiver control interface with Expert Electronics V3 alpha release. Again, alpha. Not fully functional. This is a testing piece of software of what's coming down the road. So there's how to set up the 2.2.157. Again, this is the 32-bit audio release that has the increased dynamic range for receivers that are capable of doing 90 dBm or better in the received dynamics. Again, this is going to be like your SUNS and your ANONs. I'm not sure if Flex is hitting that mark or not. I don't know. That remains to be seen, I guess, at this point. Or heard. So there's that. Now, I did mention that the 2.2.157 version, and you saw in this setup, has TCI I and TCI II. So what you can do, let's see, how am I going to do this? Okay, let me minimize this stuff for a second here. Actually, you know what? I should have just closed that. Oh, shoot. I didn't want to open that. All right. Hold on a second, guys. All right, there we go. Make sure I didn't close OBS and stop this recording. All right, I'm going to close this for a second. All right, and you know what? Let's just stop this guy, and we can leave this up. By the way, this connection thing, if you close this here, it does sit in your taskbar. So if you ever see a thing about not being able to, click on this and it tells you that it's already running, click your little caret, go to your task hidden items here, right click, do show. And this is where you'll find the Expert Electronics launcher. This is going to list all of your radios that you have. Another upcoming video I will do is the remote connection with Expert Electronics 3. Yes, that is functioning in a trial basis. Let's see if I can get over that tab. So, yes, you can do stuff in here with the remote. And the web client remote, by using a web browser without having to load any software, you can launch a web-based version of their remote connection. And I know it works with, it's worked with Google Chrome, and it's worked with the new Edge browser in Windows. I do know that those two work with it. I actually had Art, N4QNT, did a remote here the other day, and that worked right off the bat, no hiccups. So, all right, enough said about that. Let's I'll show you how to set this up to do two of them. So your first instance, you don't have to do anything with. You can leave that as is. What I did do is I went to this location of my install of JTDX, and I copied this folder, and I made another folder with a different name. You can see there's got RC1, and then I did an RC1-2. I did this to run 2 instances of JTDX. I'm not sure if this is the right way to do it, but it has worked for me. So you do this, and then what you'll need to do is make a second copy of the software. You'll obviously have to call it something different. That's hence the -2 that I did afterwards. And then if you go into this folder underneath the bin and your startup of JTDX, I drug this out, put a shortcut on the desktop. Actually, I think it's on my other screen, so let me drag that over here, but I'm going to close this. Okay, so if you look in your target, you're going to have, this is the first instance of JTDX. This should be your normal, not have to touch anything here. Let me find, I think it's hidden behind my OBS studio, so hold on one second here. Yeah, it is. Okay. Let me get OBS back up so I don't mess myself up here. Okay, so on this second shortcut that I created on the screen, go into properties, and you will have to do a little modifying here. The target. Here's where the first one would have ended, right here at the JTDX.exe. I put a space in there, put in hyphen, rig, space, name, equals, give this any name you want. I just called it TCI2. You can call it whatever you want to. Just make sure you have this statement in here. This statement right here. This minus rig, space, name, equals, and then whatever you want to call it. Again, I called mine TCI2 for the second TCI connection. And you can see that this is starting, this startup bin is my second copy, my other folder that I did for JTDX. Once you do that, let's cancel out of this. Let's go back down here. Let's open our, what I do. Oh, it's already running. Dummy, I minimized it on the taskbar. Okay. Get back over here to start. Software pops up, loads fairly quick. Click the little power button. We're started up. And I'm going to have to minimize the screen to do something, but let's go for this. So here's my first instance of JTDX. We're connected. I've got this guy set on FT8, and bear with me for a second. You know what? Let's do this. Lower right-hand corner. For those that don't know, you can go to the lower right-hand corner, and if you go past the little vertical line here, down in the bottom corner, and you click, you can get to your desktop. So I'm going to launch the second one, and then we're going to bring SDR back up. Oh, look at this. When I launch that, you'll notice that I now have 2 receivers running. So let's pull these up. And that's the second instance of it. This one's on FT4. And let me unhide this guy from the taskbar. And there's our first instance. This is the one on FT8, the 074. This is 7.47. Doesn't look like there's anything really in FT4 right now, but we'll leave it sit here for a minute and see if there is. usually don't see a whole lot of activity on FT4, and it's 40 meters during the daytime, so 40's getting kind of crappy right now. But there you go. 2 instances of JTDX via the TCI client, TCI I, TCI II. So here's our setup for TCI I. You'll see that, your general information is the same. The radio, this one is connected to TCI client receiver 1. Okay. TCI audio client, TCI audio. I'm going to open the settings for TCI connection 2. So file, settings. Again, the general stuff, all the same here. My call, the grid square, all that good stuff. Radio. Look, TCI client 2. I chose TCI client 2 in the drop-down list. Again, cat, you can do your test. Actually, I should have made this one on data packet 2, but we'll save that. Let's just test this. Oh, that's what I get. Hold on a second here. I'm going to have to restart this again. Yeah. No, I closed the receiver down, didn't I? Okay, let's start this back up. My bad. Hey, look, a failure. Imagine that. Let's exit out of this. Let's start this all over again. Remember, guys, this is beta. This is an alpha release. So let's go back into here. Let's do start. Go. Let's connect. Hopefully this connects back up. See, I'm not hiding anything. Oh, it's still running. There we go. Okay. Let's get this guy back on 40 where he belongs. Okay, we're good there. I'm going to minimize. Well, nope. We'll go down here to the shortcut again. Well, a second, I got off the screen here. Go down to the shortcut again. Or the hidden back to your desktop, I should say. We'll launch TCI 2 and we'll hope for the best. Looks like it connected. Let me bring up SDR. Yep. Okay, we're good. So, launching that automatically initiates the second receiver. I can show you. There's some things you can do in here too with that. Let me get this guy back up and get this guy back up. I'm not going to worry about the waterfalls right now. So, in file settings, radio, you can set these to automatically turn on or off the radio when you start this. And the other thing with the TCI client connection, you can have this display your S meter right up here and your power output options show up in the JTX window up here. So again, this is TCI client receiver 1. That's why this failed before. I need to put the local host in here. TCI client 2. So okay. So anytime you make a change on these things, I just lost one. Let's try. Oh, you know what? Maybe it's not going to like to have that in there. Let's go to, it is on. Let's try this again. Let's close that. Start. See, aren't you glad I'm sharing all the secrets of failures? There it goes. All right, let's bring this back up. There's that one. What I do? Oh, is that the only one that's launched? That's not the only one that's launched, is it? There's FT4. Oh, hold on. Yeah. It's not going to like that local host in there, apparently. I'm going to change that and leave that out of there on the second instance of it. The second instance of it, try leaving that blank. Let's close this. And let's actually stop this. It's running too. I'm going to close this all the way down. All right, let's close this guy. All right. Start this all over. All right, start. Connect. I'm going to have to change TCI client too. It's probably going to fail on me again now. It's hidden behind here. Can't get it to come forward. And it closed down again. All right. Yeah. There we go. All right. Minor technical difficulties. Nothing to hide here. Nothing to censor. Let's see. TCI client. Okay, there's our second one. Just so you know, I'm not playing shell games with anybody. So on the second instance of TCI, try leaving the TCI server blank. Don't worry about anything in there. It should, I guess, yeah. Leave blank for a sensible default on this machine. The first one I did put in localhost. So let's see if instance one will start. No, it's not going to start because there we go. Okay. Probably would have started right off the bat had I started one before two, but oh well. Okay, there you go. They're both running. Let's see if we can get the waterfall up on the second one. There you go. So, again, radio, TCI, receiver 1, settings, radio, TCI, receiver 2. All right. So there's how to run 2. Remember, you do need to make another copy of this, another folder, and rename your shortcut to put that at the end of the start. Let's go back to that real quick here. I'm just going to minimize this. And let's minimize these guys too. Okay, so here's my second instance of JTDX. So properties, again, this is in a separate folder. I just copied that first one, put it in a second folder, rename that folder. It can't have the same name. So I named this one -2 in that startup folder. Here, go to location. So here's my first 157 release is in this folder. The second 157 release, the -2 is in this folder. So the first one you don't have to do anything with on renaming. You can just install this as is. Once that installs, just right-click, do a copy, put it in another folder. You'll have to obviously rename it, -2 or whatever you want to do for the second TCI client. Go into your bin file, create a shortcut for JTDX, put that somewhere. On that second shortcut, you're going to go into right-click, go to Properties, in the target. This is important. In the target, you will need to put, after the JTDX.exe, space, hyphen, rig, space, name. See if I can get this to come all the way over. Equals, and then whatever you want to call that second instance. Again, I just called mine TCI 2 for the second Transceiver Control Interface 2. So this is important. Make sure you do this so that you can start them both. Otherwise, you're going to get a message saying that it's already running and it's not going to connect, or you'll get a message saying it's already running. If you need to start two instances, they have to have unique rig names. That's where this unique rig name comes into play. So minus rig space name equal whatever you want to call it. All right. I hope everybody has a great day, and everybody's doing well. Again, this is an alpha release of the software. It's not going to be fully functional. There are going to be hiccups, as you saw. Again, no censorship, no hiding anything. Things failed while we were doing this, and things started working while we were doing this as we kind of progressed through things. So that's the thing with alpha testing or beta testing software. I'll go back in, fill a few bug reports out of what happened with this, and send them up, and we'll go from there. So again, I hope everybody has a great day. This has been another demo on the alpha release of V3 0.8.0 and JTX via TCI. So, I really appreciate what Art sent me. So I'm gonna close with this as well. You guys have a great day and take care. And we'll look forward to doing another video here. Hopefully, maybe later this week. We'll see what comes. Maybe we'll have another alpha release or something else to play with in TCI. If you guys got this to load and you're looking for things in particular, I know there's no manual on this yet. There's no instructions on this yet. It's out there. It's as is. But if there's things that you guys are looking for, I will note this. I saw quite a few posts, not on my stream, but on a couple other forums, people not being able to figure out where the PA, to initiate that PA function, like there was an Expert SDR2, where you would enable PA up here in the top that would turn on the key line for your amplifier. Real quick note, band manager, show band manager, in the new release, this wasn't in the 0.7 release. There is a new column in here. You'll see PA, and then you need to check these for whatever bands you want to use your amplifier on to have that key line active. You need to check the little box here. Just click on, you'll see a check mark at first, and then it'll turn purplish color or whatever. And then if you need a key line delay, before it actually triggers that key line, so you don't hot switch anything, that's where you're going to put this, your delay in milliseconds there. Okay. Oh, there was another post I saw where I can't figure out how to set the power output so I don't overdrive my amplifier. Last column, power. Again, I've got mine set at 100%, but I'm using a tube amplifier, so I can get away with this a little bit easier. I just get a warning about it being overdriven and then back it down. Solid state guys, that's probably not going to fly on most of them. Most of them will probably trip out. Hopefully you don't blow anything up. But you would set your percentage here. Again, percentage, drive, or tune. These are percentages. They are not the actual power level. It's a percentage. So, easiest way, I guess, to do this is to go into tune mode, go into a dummy load, slide this, look at your watt meter, see what you're getting out at that percentage. Back it down, move it up, whatever you need. Pay attention to what that percentage was. If you apply that percentage into the drive here on voice peaks, you should be you should see around that same average output. Same with CW. So that's how I found the easiest way to do these. Okay. All right. Hope everybody has a good day. Take care. And 7-3 all in. Hey, Art. Thanks again, buddy. Appreciate it.
Well, this is it. I'm finished with FlexRadio. Thousands and thousands of dollars. Red flashing lights after red flashing lights. How many support tickets did I open? I lost count. That's it. Selling it all. Moving on. There's got to be, well, look at those flames. That looks like a sun. Look at that sunspot. I think I'll buy a sun.